What's up, guys? Welcome back to Married to Reality. It's the Single Life Edition. I'm your co-host, John, here with my wife and co-host, the one and only Teresa.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Whoa! All right. I can tell how you're doing. You're fired up over there.
Always fired up.
I'm a little fired up, too. I don't know if you know why I'm so fired up.
Why? Tell us.
We're not even teasing it. You're just like, tell them. We don't have any time to waste here. This is a single life. Let's get into it. Tell them.
Tease.
All right, let me tease a little bit. Well, we changed our name.
Obviously.
You guys know that. That was a big announcement. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is not that big of an announcement, but it's worth paying attention to. And here's the deal. We're going to make a big announcement next week. The big announcement is that we're going to make a big announcement next week.
What a great announcement.
I know. I feel, what are you going to do? It's the carrot in front of the horse. It is the naked, sexy Jasmine photo in front of Gino.
Did you say it's the carrot in front of the horse?
Yeah, that's how you get him to walk, right?
Uh-huh.
Right. So this is that. And we want you to follow along and find out this big announcement. And of course, it's going to happen where all of our big announcements happen on Instagram.
Yeah, guys. Follow
us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod, at Married to Reality POD Pod. Okay. That's where the big announcement's going to happen. I think you guys are going to be excited when we announce this.
I think so too.
We're
too.
excited. I think you're going to be excited, but you're going to have to wait a week for that announcement. Okay.
Yes.
Got to iron out all the details. Got to figure this thing out, but it's coming. So
it's going to be a great way to kick off 2022 because, hey guys, it's still 2021.
That's true.
But next time
that's true.
You listen to us,
it's
going to be a new year. It's going to be a new year.
Yeah, so let's save the announcement until the new year.
Exactly.
Because it is news. And, we put the new in news. I don't know what I'm talking about, but it's exciting. So make sure you're following us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. Also, make sure you're following the podcast, okay? Wherever you're listening, Apple, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, it doesn't matter. We're wherever you are right now. And wherever you're listening, just look down and smash that follow button.
Yeah, guys, smash it like it's as hot as the upcoming new year. And you know why? I have big hopes.
Oh, okay.
For the society.
We had big hopes this year, too.
For ourselves.
Sure, always have that.
Just for everything. And I know it's silly. It's just a day. It's just nothing crazy is going to change.
No.
It's just another day.
Right.
But that's how we count time.
It's a milestone.
It is a milestone for sure for us. And I just hope that next year things will get back to normal. Let's just say it.
Well, I'm with you, and not that it has any influence over the year, but it has an influence over our year. If you guys follow us, it makes us happy. It makes our year better. So, yeah, smash that follow button like it's as hot as this new year is going to be.
Yeah, please, guys, do it and smash it real hard.
Smash it real hard.
I have high hopes for this upcoming year.
Okay.
As I said,
don't jinx it. You've now said it twice.
So?
Okay, I'm just saying.
For society?
Well, for everyone.
Let's just knock it.
Knock it. We want everyone to succeed this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
2022.
It's the year of you. And me. And all of you.
Everyone. It's the year of everyone.
It's but our year.
You know whose year it's not, hopefully?
Ooh, let me think about this. Are we talking 90 Day here?
No. Hopefully
not the year of the virus?
Yes. Hopefully it's not the year of COVID-19.
Okay.
It's the year when COVID-19 will just disappear.
Yeah.
And I know this is very positive, but listen, that's all we have.
It's already overstated. It's overstated its welcome by 2 years because it was 19, 20, 21.
Yeah.
Come on, COVID, get out of here.
And now it keeps spreading. It's like cousins and
your time is over.
Other relatives. And
all right. This is not that kind of podcast, though. But
no,
I'm with you. See you later. Let's get back to reality. No pun intended.
Literally.
Okay. So you're following the Instagram for the big news. You are following the podcast just for the good times. And one other ask is if you haven't left a review, if you could, that would be awesome. That's our other wish for the new year is more reviews, more of you, more reviews, more podcasts, just more. More. We want more. That's all we want.
More
More trash TV, more friends.
Just say, Happy 2022 in reviews.
Yeah, I like that.
Just
like that.
give us a review
Sure.
as a hello and here is the new year. We wish you and blah blah blah. And here is the review.
Now you're making it difficult.
I
It was
didn't really
it was
think about
really simple. And you're like, just say Happy New Year. And now you're like, and tell us what your resolution
No,
is. And
guys, tell us whatever you want.
yeah,
Tell us whatever you want.
yes.
We love it all.
We love hearing from you, whether it's via review, whether it's in our inbox, whether who knows how else you can email us. We love
we
all
have,
the
we have some friends
we got some
emailing
friends
us.
that email. We love it. No matter how you reach out, as long as you don't call us, because I don't like even when Teresa calls me because I get nervous. Why is she calling me? Is this not a text situation? What's going on?
I only call him when I need to know something ASAP. Like, I'm at a grocery store and I don't know what he wants, so I give him a call
Right.
because I usually don't have good reception.
It's always a split second of panic though, where it's like, oh, it's a phone call situation. Who's hurt? You know, so don't call us.
We do call each other when you travel.
We FaceTime.
We'll FaceTime.
That's a
yeah.
little different, but that's neither here nor there. What is here in front of me are my notes for The Single Life, episode 7. So I think we should talk about that.
Episode 7.
Uh-oh, someone's got some thoughts on this.
I do, because as much as I love it and I enjoy it, I also feel like something more should be happening at this point.
I'm with you. We sort of briefly mentioned it to each other, and we try not to talk about the show until we get to the pod, but we said it was another setup episode.
Yeah.
Because if you watched the upcoming scenes, knock your socks off, blow your hair back. This is going to get wild. This was not one of those episodes, but we could not get to that next episode without this episode.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
We can't get to Debbie stalking Jay driving by his house without this episode.
Wait. Was that on the previous? Yeah.
Were you in the bathroom this time?
Probably.
You did have that extra cup of coffee. So
Please.
that would make sense. Yeah, Debbie's going to go on the hunt for him. Debbie the bounty hunter. Deb the bounty hunter.
All right. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I was literally gonna say, how does it look so juicy if Debbie didn't even get another chance to see Jay?
she's on his trail. Oh yeah.
Ooh, I
Oh, yeah.
like it.
Yeah. So let's talk about this episode because there was some good. There always is. It's The Single Life. We love it.
Love it.
So let's jump in. Let's start with Jesse and Jennifer, okay? And it's the morning after that group dinner with Kakwa, or as Jesse called him, Kaka, which is my new favorite mispronunciation of Kakwa and how I will refer to him going forward now.
I don't think he mispronounced it. I just think he knew because, guys, even if you type Kaka, CHCA, and your phone, and your iPhone,
Yeah.
the poop emoji pops. You
So-
know how we get suggestions? That's what happened.
Full disclosure here, Teresa takes her notes in her iPhone. And so that's why we get all of these funny anecdotes about autocorrect or the emoji that pops up. So that's how we got to Lavender, was because Leandro became Lavender. Kakwa became Coco. And I said, no, we can't go there. Okay, we've already screwed with enough people's names. But Jesse went Kaka. Teresa wrote it down and poop emoji,
Loved it.
which is, I'm sure, what Jesse had in mind
Oh, yeah.
when he said Kaka.
And I almost feel like caca is an international cute word for poop.
Oh, is it cute?
In Czech, that's how you talk to kids. Like, oh, do you want to, like, caca? Caca? Chceš caca? Like, do you want to poop?
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, it's cute. Like, I guess maybe adults say too. I would never be like, hey, I'm going caca. It's like, how old are you?
The only time I ever used the term Kaka, and I don't know where this came from. I don't think I started. I think it was a family thing or a family friend thing. We would go out and we'd eat Chinese food, and we would create our own sauce by mixing up, blending together the duck sauce, the hot mustard sauce, maybe some soy sauce. And we'd mix it up and we'd call it Kaka sauce.
Because it looked like shit.
It may have looked like poop, but it was delicious. But that's what we would call, like, give me some of that Kaka sauce.
Ew,
I don't
that's
know.
horrible.
I know. And I'm just thinking of it now. It didn't cross my mind until just now. I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Ew.
Yeah, so-
Guys. Ugh, John.
But yeah, Kaka, it's universal. It's universal. So, okay, it's the morning after that dinner. Jesse and Jennifer, they're getting a sweat going. They're at the boxing gym sparring a little bit. And things are still tense between the two of them, even though Jennifer says there's nothing going on between Kaka and I.
Yeah, but Jesse has more questions and he wants some answers. So after the little quick workout that they can show off, which brought me back. We used to do kickboxing and I was thinking we should probably get back to it.
I know. It
looked fun.
Workout. It was a good workout. We never went hand to hand against each other. We would go against the instructor or the bag. Mm-hmm. But sure, I mean, we could do that.
It just reminded me of that time. But hey, they said, let's take a break. Let's get some smoothies and chat.
Yeah, whatever they got did not seem like the appropriate post-workout drink. It looked like a bubble tea to me or something. You say smoothie.
That's what
I don't think it was. It was not a protein shake.
No.
It may have been a milkshake. It may have been a bubble tea. It did not look like something I would want sitting in my gut after that type of high-intensity workout.
There was a protein in it. I mean,
Maybe.
who knows?
Maybe.
Listen, you can put a protein powder in anything.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't. You can put a scoop. You can add a scoop for $1.50 to anything. Doesn't mean you should.
True.
Okay?
I know someone, well, I don't know. I follow someone on Instagram and that person puts it in their coffee.
Oh.
Like, I would never.
I guess that could be good. It would come down to the consistency for me. The flavor would probably be okay if it's got no flavor or vanilla flavor.
Listen, my protein shake has a coffee flavor and it has caffeine too. That's my coffee.
All right, we're digressing so much. Here's the deal. They go and they sit down because Jesse does have some questions. He wants to clarify the boundaries between Jennifer and Kaka. And to me, it's a little bit of a Ari Leandro situation here. It's the ex that won't exit.
Yeah.
Right? They're always present for whatever reason because we're friends.
Yes.
Well, that friend is going to cause you a lifetime of headaches with your future partners.
But let's not forget about classic Jesse Darcy moment where Jesse just loves the gym. He's like, this is an amazing gym. I had such a great time.
Oh, I didn't pick up on that.
He really has this Darcy thing going.
And we assume that it is a post-Darcy
I would hope so.
behavior, but it could be pre, and that's why they got together in the first place.
Well, I have to say this, right? Yes, Jesse has his moments, but he's not a bad dude. The way we knew him with Darcy was they were always arguing. They were always fighting. There was always something wrong, right?
Yeah.
She was an alcoholic. He was doing this and that. But with Jennifer, they don't.
Well, it's so early in the relationship.
It
It's been
is,
a
but
week.
also Jennifer is not Darcy. She's not insecure.
That's very true.
Like she literally, when he questions her about Kakua, Darcy would lose her shit. She'll be like, you don't trust me.
Yeah.
You don't want me. And Jennifer was like, yeah, nothing happened. We are just friends. He's going to be my friend, but you have to trust me.
Well, if anything, it's Jesse who is the insecure one.
Yes.
So the tables have turned a little bit. I was going to get to this later, but you brought up Darcy. I don't know if you noticed this. Later on in this segment of theirs, when they're at the park, he's wearing a sweatshirt. It says King 01 on the back of it. Pretty sure that's a sweatshirt that Darcy gave him.
What?
Because they had in their season matching sweatshirts, King and Queen.
No way.
And he's wearing it here with Jennifer.
Okay.
So many beautiful queens. I wonder where. Now, here we go. We talked about it last episode. I'm telling you, I'm very excited. We talked about it last episode, how Jesse was like, she's my queen. So many beautiful queens. There's white queens.
So many queens.
There's black queens, right? There's Jennifer, my queen. And he's wearing the king sweatshirt.
Ooh, maybe he has the queen one for Jennifer.
So maybe he gave Darcy the queen sweatshirt? Did
she really have a queen
Yeah, I'll show you a picture of it after because I looked it up to double check before I said this. But maybe he gave her the queen sweatshirt. Maybe he asked for it back when they broke up and now he's passed it along to Jennifer. We haven't seen Jennifer with the queen sweatshirt, but Jesse was rocking the king sweatshirt.
Wow, that's a bold move.
It's a bold move to wear something from the time of your ex that was so prevalent.
On the same show.
On the same show with a different person. But that's how Jesse rolls.
I guess. Interesting.
Yeah, that's probably his favorite sweatshirt.
Interesting. Maybe he's like, okay, Jennifer has Kaka Kakua, whatever his name is.
Kaka.
I am going to whip out this sweatshirt.
Everyone's got that piece of clothing that makes them feel a little more comfortable, a little more secure, a little more confident. You have your turtlenecks.
I love my turtlenecks.
And maybe this is his.
What do you have?
I don't know if maybe my watch. I would say maybe my watch gives me confidence.
Okay.
Yeah. Like a black t-shirt, maybe. I don't know. I don't
You
think about
always
it too
go
much.
all in black. I like that.
Okay, let's keep going. So Jennifer says even though she dated Kaka, Jesse has all of her attention now, and she can't wait to keep learning more about him and exploring their relationship together. So Jesse doesn't know really what to believe at this point. He's hearing one thing, he's seeing another. He's not sure if Jennifer is being truly honest with him. And yeah, he blames Darcy for this issue, the lack of confidence. He blames Darcy. He puts this all on her.
Yes, but he chooses to trust Jennifer because that's why he's there.
Yeah. So Jesse's like, all right, you explored it. You explored Kaka. Now you don't have any feelings, right? And Jennifer just has this awkward pause and she goes, yes. So convincing.
Didn't she say see?
See,
Like,
I translated for our friends.
Okay.
Someone I can translate too. You're the one who's always translating for me. I can translate too.
Okay, I like it.
See, yeah. So Jennifer's like, even though we didn't work out in a romantic way, we're always going to be friends. And this is where I'm saying this is an Ari Leandro thing where it's like, is this friend really worth never having probably a stable relationship?
That's a good question.
So we cut to Jesse, Jennifer, her daughter Violet. They're at the park. And this is where the sweatshirt makes an appearance. I'll show it to you later. Maybe I will post it on our social so all our friends can see. But this is where it is. They sit down and Jennifer brings out a little snack. Okay. The caviar of Colombia is what she brings out. Ants.
I've read that they have a lot of protein.
I'm sure they do. They're very strong. I don't know why I was looking this up. Ants can carry like 5,000 times their weight.
They're out of control.
Out of control. So that's...
But they bite.
Well, or you bite them. Who bites first, right? In this instance, they bit first.
Would you try?
Ooh, that's a good question. Maybe like a chocolate-covered ant I would try.
I would because they were roasted, I believe. They weren't just,
off the street.
Yeah. So I would. And Jesse said they're crispy. I'm all done for crispy. What I don't like is chewy.
That's
so if
true.
someone said it's chewy, I would not. I hate chewy. That's why I don't eat Chipotle anymore. I had a
stop
chewy
it.
chicken.
Don't you dare put that on this podcast. You had one so experience, not even a bad experience. You know how many people have had terrible experiences with Chipotle? They spent days in the bathroom after eating Chipotle. You had like one bite of somewhat chewy chicken, and you've written it off. How dare you bring that to the podcast?
Give me a month or two.
How dare you bring that to the podcast?
I just can't.
Okay.
Well,
that's your issue.
Maybe I'll sit on it.
It'd be worse if you found an ant in your burrito.
If it was roasted.
You'd be okay with it?
I would eat it.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I'm kidding.
Do you know how to eat an ant? Because Jennifer gives clear instructions on how to eat an ant.
She said something about waist and butts.
She said, don't eat the head. It's too much. Just eat the ass.
Ooh.
Just eat the ass. And that's when Jennifer goes, yeah, ants are like women here. Small waist, big ass. And Jesse goes, I like that, baby. I can eat your ass.
Oh, my God.
Like, what are we doing? Guys, first, okay, Discovery Plus. I've written you 19 emails at this point to say, pump the brakes on the explicitness because I don't need that because we watch this in the morning usually, eating breakfast. Okay?
That is true.
I don't need that in my life. You guys haven't responded to me yet, but it's not going to stop me from writing my letters. But Jennifer's daughter is sitting right there. And Jesse's like, I would eat your ass.
Well, she doesn't speak English.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's see.
She doesn't speak any English. She doesn't know what ass means.
Okay. All right. I thought it was a little too much. With like just that thought crossed his mind when a 4-year-old, or however old she is, was sitting there. Like you're in that sexual mindset when there's a child right
Listen,
there.
if you're there for 2 weeks.
He was there for a week at this point, I think. And he's talking about eating ass in front of this woman's daughter.
I mean, YOLO.
I guess so. You're okay with it. You're dirtier than I thought you were. You're eating ants over here. I wouldn't eat someone's ass after Chipotle. I would say that. I would go as far as that.
Ew.
If you want to talk
Who
about
ass would you want to be eating? You said you wouldn't eat someone's ass.
I wouldn't eat anyone's.
mine?
We're not getting there, but not after Chipotle is my point. Because it gets, we all know how it gets.
Now you just
You brought up
set it off.
Chipotle. You brought up
set it off.
Chipotle. I'm trying to make a connection. Let me connect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chipotle and chewy chicken. Moving on.
Oh, boy. Okay. So Jennifer gets another drink. They hop into the car and they're going to meet up with Jennifer's mother.
Or Jennifer's sister.
Right. She looks fantastic.
Yeah, very young. When did she pop her? When she was like 8?
Yeah, I don't know. You're the one with the numbers. But this scene specifically, I was like, oh, wow, she looks really good. We saw her last time. I thought, oh, yeah, she looks good for her mother. This time I was like, wait, is that Jennifer? Oh, no, it's Leonardi. I would confuse the two of them. She looks fantastic. So, of course, we remember Jesse didn't make the best first impression when he met Leonardi the first time.
Didn't he?
It didn't go over too well. They didn't connect. They didn't really bond. He was
That's
trying to speak a little Spanish. He could not. It wasn't the warmest embrace. It's not what you would hope. So he's
True.
got one last chance, really, to win her over before he leaves. So they get to Leonardi's house, and they sit down to eat. Jesse whips out his Spanish again.
Yeah, he's like poquito español.
He's telling Leonardi how good the food is, which is nice to hear because we all remember the first meal he had in Colombia. Sent it back.
Oh, yeah.
What is this urine? What is this urine? Wine?
Yeah, that
prison wine?
was just a disaster.
So he's finally happy with a meal. And Leonardi comes out and she just goes, so I want to gossip a little bit. I want a little gossip. She is younger. She's definitely on the younger. Yeah, she wants to gossip. She wants to know, when was it that Jesse slid into Jennifer's DMs? How long have they been talking?
And it's been longer than I thought.
It really has been quite some time.
Yeah, he said 2 years. I thought it was like a year.
In 2 years, let's think about this. It's not 2 years counting back from today. It's 2 years counting back from whenever this was filmed.
Let's say a year ago, more or less.
6 months, 12 months. So at this point, they've known each other for like 2.5, 3 years. That seems unbelievable. I should have looked up when her and Tim were on 90.
Well, don't you remember Jennifer said she slid into his DMs?
Oh.
I'm pretty sure she said it.
No, I think vice versa.
Really?
Yeah. I've been wrong. You've been wrong. Someone will let us know.
I'm pretty sure she messaged him first and it went to the spam folder and
You may
then
be
he
right.
actually got back to her.
You may be right. Either way, longer than I thought.
Yeah.
But if it's the way you're thinking, then that makes sense. He was on TV. She saw him. She slid.
Yeah.
Either way, it's been a couple of years. They've been flirty. And Leonardi's like, well, he's flirty with everyone. Don't you think? He was telling me he'd eat my ass when he walked in our house. Oh, no, he was just talking about the ants. Don't worry about that. Mom, do you have ants? Like, why don't you clean up around your house? He goes, man, no, he said he would eat my ass, Jennifer.
Gee.
Yeah, that's a threesome that I could see happening. Is Jennifer,
Ew.
Leonardi, and Jesse.
You are out of control.
Yeah, I mean he's a very sexual man.
You're finishing the year strong.
He's a very I'm telling you, when we talk about Discovery Plus shows, it is.
It's very true.
It's very sexual.
What is the code for porn? It's like X.
Triple X?
Like triple X.
Triple X.
Yeah.
Very triple X.
It's very close. It's like double X for now.
It's pretty sexual. So out of nowhere, they're sitting there. Jesse's saying, we've known each other for a couple of years. I'm flirty. And he just comes out and says, the thing is, I'm actually in love with your beautiful daughter, Leonardi.
And Jennifer's like, "Da-da-da-da-da-da," just like looking around.
Doesn't say anything. Leonardi seems happy about this. She's smiling. She likes it. I would be curious to know what she thinks about Kaka. Because apparently Kaka's been around for years, right? Even though they only dated for a couple of months, they've known each other for years. Leonardi must know Kaka. Leonardi must feel some sort of way about Kaka. And it could be that friend that's like, I always thought you two would date. I always thought you two were meant for each other. Or she could be like, nah, Kaka's terrible for you. He's a player. But it doesn't come up. We don't hear that. Jennifer doesn't say it back. Just leaves him hanging. And I feel like if she did say it back, that would calm Jesse's feelings about Kaka. Mm-hmm. Because imagine that you're just throwing out I love you after I love you.
This was the second time.
To no response. Meanwhile going, does she love Kaka? Is that why she's not saying it back? But I have to appreciate her holding off on the I love you because it is an easy way to get out of this situation. And so many people throw around I love you like it's good morning, but not her. And I respect that.
I do too. The only thing I'm going to say is that, as you said, they've been talking for so long and they have developed a certain relationship that wasn't defined.
Yeah.
But the fact that he says, I love you, it's not that crazy. It's like, I've been talking to this girl for so long. I was developing some feelings. I finally met her in person and it, yeah, I get it. Like you and I, we waited a long time just to make sure it's real, right?
You don't have to wait as long as we did. We waited longer than we needed to because we both felt it.
Yeah, I was just waiting for you to say.
We both felt it months before we said it. So there's no need to wait 9 or 10 months or however long we waited.
10.
But a week is...
that's extreme.
Come on. Even if you talked online for 10 years, that's talking online. That's so different.
I genuinely think that you cannot fully love someone until you get to know them. So at least 5 to 6 months. If someone says it after 2 weeks, I don't get it. I don't buy it.
It's such a good point.
I don't buy it because after let's say a week or two, you don't know the person. You can be attracted to them. You can have a good sex.
Yeah.
You can have a good conversation, but I haven't been through anything.
Eat a couple lands
together.
You need
a fight. You need to get through some situation to see how you're going to deal with that. What if you get into a fight and it's horrible and you hate that person afterwards? You're like, I don't want to have this person around, but I already said I love you.
I like framing it that way as not how long did it take you to fall in love with her or how long did it take you to say you loved her or him. It's how long did it take you to get to know her? Mm-hmm. Because you can't have love without the knowing. And it's so easy to say, oh, I loved her after a month. But if you said, oh, yeah, I know her so well after a month, people are like, you're crazy.
Oh, for
There's
sure.
no way to know someone after a month.
But again, everyone's different. I'm not judging. You and I, we took things slowly, and that's how I judge things.
Yeah.
Because that's my comfort zone, right? I didn't meet your parents until 6 months in. You didn't meet my parents until a year in, right?
Sure.
But if you told me after a month, oh, hey, come to meet my parents, I wouldn't want to because at that point, you don't know me well enough. I don't want to meet your freaking parents. As much as I love your parents right now, I want you to get to know me first.
Sure.
And then I can meet them. I don't want to be just meeting random parents if we break up 2 months later. Like,
right. And you wouldn't be that comfortable around me after a month.
Exactly.
How could you be that comfortable around my parents?
100%.
Good things take time.
For sure. But again, guys, hey, we don't judge anyone. This is how we roll, both of us.
I mean, I judge.
I do judge
I just
too.
I don't care. At the end of the day, I don't care. I'll if you told me that you fell in love with a person after a week, I would think you were...
No, we'll judge you.
I would judge you. I wouldn't care. I wouldn't be like, nah, maybe don't do that. Whatever. It's your life. But I would say...
We'll judge.
You're probably using the wrong word is all. It's probably not love.
Yeah. But listen, everyone rolls differently.
Sure.
And so this is how...
You don't need to put a disclaimer on this.
This
fine.
is how we roll. All I'm saying is this is how we roll.
Sure. Okay. Let's move on. Let's talk about someone who probably doesn't have a lot of time left. So... maybe the I love yous need to come sooner because I don't think she's got another good 30 years in her.
And her name is Debbie.
Dirty D. Double D's. Debbie.
Deb.
And Colt on the prowl. This time not looking for sexual partners. This time looking for a place for Deb to live.
Colt, he needs to shave and cut his hair. He looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
That goatee turned into it's not a beard. You know how some guy and you have a beard and you look sexy.
I don't really have a beard. I have a little more than a 5 o'clock shadow, I would say.
Okay, but I like it.
Thank you.
But some guys have a fuller beard and it looks good on certain people. You trim, you take care of it, right? Colt, however, looks like a homeless person that's not homeless.
Well, Debbie is homeless.
Well,
Or
almost.
soon to be.
I feel bad for her. I have some thoughts,
This is
but
a
let's
little bit
talk
of a sad
about it.
situation. Yeah, okay, let's go. So since Colt and Vanessa, they're moving out. We all know that. Debbie needs a place she can live on her own.
But her budget is only $500, which
Or less. She goes 500 or less.
she needs a roommate. Like,
That's what I was going to say.
listen, Vegas is very cheap. Well, relatively cheap, way cheaper than other cities in the US, right?
Not that cheap.
Well, I think during COVID, things got more expensive. But overall, Vegas is pretty cheap. And I have some friends living in Vegas. I know, right?
Well, I just want to clarify. I don't think things necessarily got more expensive because of COVID in the housing market in cities, or at least not in New York City, because we lived in New York. You guys know that. I looked up our apartment when this whole thing went down because I was like, everyone's fleeing New York. What can you get an apartment for these days? And it went down like $500.
Get out.
Yeah. So apartments, at least in New York, dropped. I think in high density areas, they dropped because everyone was fleeing. I know home prices went up because everyone was fleeing
That's
cities
right, that's
and
right.
rentals to go settle down in the country. But yeah, she's looking for a place on a roommate budget. That's not a flying solo type budget. That's a me and you will split $1,000 place. And again, to talk about sort of city living, she doesn't have a job, right? She doesn't work.
She's retired.
She's retired. She doesn't need to live in Vegas. She could go 30 minutes outside of Vegas, still be close to Colt, and find something probably within her budget.
There is nothing 30 minutes outside of Vegas.
It's true. It's all desert, huh?
It's all desert. There are these trailer little cities, but not right outside of Vegas. You have to drive a little bit.
Okay, well, I
There's
take that
literally
back.
nothing outside of Vegas.
I take that back. My point being,
Well,
Las
I know what you're
Vegas
saying, yeah.
proper is going to be more expensive. I don't know if Summerlin is.
Summer is very expensive.
It's a little bit more of a posh.
North Las Vegas is more dangerous and trashy.
Yeah.
And I almost feel like that's where she was looking.
Okay, so let's talk about it. They're in the car, and first of all, Colt is feeling Mother Deb. Colt is vibing Deb. He's like, "Oh, Mom, you did a little glow up. You looking good, Mom."
I thought he said blow up.
No,
Like
glow
she
up.
blew her hair. Oh,
Blow up.
okay.
Well,
I
that's
was
a
like,
blowout, yeah.
It's a little dirty. Blow up.
Hey, that's the doll he has under his bed.
I mean, he doesn't need it all. He's Vanessa.
Yeah, but apparently he's got such a crazy sex drive, no one can keep up.
Yeah, I don't see it, but okay.
Yeah, so
Proof.
okay, he admires Deb's glow up, and Debbie's like, "Well, I want to put myself first. I realize I gotta do some things for me. I want to have some fun. I want to go line dancing, zip lining, maybe do a line."
Jeez, Debbie.
Debbie, you crossed the line. A lot of lines. All she's talking about is lines right now. She couldn't think of anything other than whose line is it anyway?
If she wants to do a line, she should probably move closer to the strip.
Well, I was going to say the opposite, actually. Wherever that first place that they looked at, she could find a lot more than just some lines to
That's
do.
very true.
You know, she'll
That
probably
place looked ridiculous.
she can start dealing on the corner to make a little extra income if she wanted in that
Ew,
neighborhood.
That's a little sad.
Yeah. So okay, they show up to this place. It's sketchy. Colt says it. I agree. The area looks sketchy. They go inside. They meet the realtor. I thought it looked good at first. Like from the wide shot, you walk in, you go, "Oh, it looks freshly painted, newer floors. The kitchen's not half bad." You zoom in. Mm-hmm. Talking about eating some ants.
Dead bugs, dirt.
Yeah.
Everything was dirty. The
Jesse.
bathroom, the kitchen, the box.
It's a Vegas buffet if you're into eating bugs.
Ew.
Yeah, Jesse and Jennifer would love it there.
But what definitely killed it for me, at least, and I know it killed it for Deb, is that you see all the, what do you call it? Like a big pieces of wood, because they said, the
the
house
boards.
was boarded until now because
Squatters.
we have squatters. It's like, no, thank you, goodbye.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a Vegas problem or if that's a COVID problem, but yeah, that was frightening.
Yeah.
That was frightening. The other thing that was frightening was learning the price of the place, because I thought, oh, this must be right in her budget. This is $500. This is $450 if you sign a 13-month lease. No, $725.
I thought it was $750, but still.
Either way.
High.
That to me is crazy, because
I would not live there for $725.
And again, we were kind of debating house versus condo versus apartment with where they live now. This is a house she was looking at. So
was it?
Yeah, it had the right. Wasn't it?
I thought it was an apartment.
Oh, it might have been. You're right. It might have been an apartment. It was a pretty big one, though.
Yeah, it was 1 bedroom.
I lived in a very nice apartment when I lived in Connecticut by myself in West Hartford, which is like a nice area of Connecticut, for $850.
What?
Yeah. So when
did you live there, in the 60s?
It was 1942, but no, for $850 it was a nice place right in the heart of like the bars and the restaurants, and it wasn't granite countertops and stainless steel appliances, but it was a nice bedroom, a nice kitchen, a nice living room, good area. $850. So for $725 or $750, I was like, really? It was shocking. I think that's why I thought it was a house.
I mean, maybe you're right. I thought she said
right
you're looking at a 1-bedroom apartment. So
yeah. Okay. So either way, the realtor kind of speaks some facts and says Deb's never going to find anything in her budget. Mm-hmm. It's not the pandemic, or it's not just the pandemic. It's the real estate prices too, and she's sort of out of luck. This is out of her price range. This is not even what she can get for her money. She can't even afford this, which is kind of a sad realization.
Very true. Well, the realtor says, hey guys, talk it over. I'll be outside.
Yeah.
I hope she has a gun, because a little sketchy.
Little sketchy. We've driven through those neighborhoods in Vegas.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we have.
And it happens so quickly.
I know.
You're on the strip. You take one turn. You're like, oh, all right. Here's Vegas. This is Vegas. Mm-hmm. Right. This is real Vegas.
And as every city, Vegas is beautiful and
fabulous. Vegas is not beautiful.
No, I'm saying they have beautiful and fabulous neighborhoods with fancy houses. Yeah. There are other parts too, but then it goes down very quickly.
I mean, Vegas is a sad city.
Is it?
Think about it.
I like Vegas.
I love it to go for a week, but if you're living there and you're gambling and you're drinking and you're partying, it's probably not going to end well. And that's probably why a lot of these neighborhoods exist. Because it doesn't end well for a lot of people. The house always wins, is what they say.
Interesting.
The house won in this case with Deb, because she couldn't buy it.
Very true.
So the realtor leaves. Colt and Deb, they have a heart-to-heart. Deb's like, I can't live here. I can't do it. Like it's a choice. She's saying like it's a choice. Deb, you can't afford it, but I can't live here. And Colt says, I wouldn't put you in a place like this. And Debbie takes issue with that. She goes, put me. This is my choice. Nobody's putting me anywhere.
Yes, Debbie, yes.
All right, Deb. She says, we got a couple months, so I'll look online. I'll put some feelers out there. Let's see what happens.
And I was going to say, why, I get it, but why doesn't Colt and Vanessa, why don't they get a house that has a little house in the back, like a little guest house, and just put Debbie there? I'm sure they can do it. I'm sure they can afford it. He is an engineer. I'm sure he can find a job. I'm sure they got some money from the show. Come on.
Yeah, little house in the reary.
Yeah.
That's what we call that.
And they have those houses. And you don't have to have a mansion to have a tiny house in the back. Or build it.
Or you can build it.
Yeah.
Okay. So Debbie's not concerned for the time being. What she's really focusing on is her date, her second date with Jersey
Colt
J.
said, I would feel more comfortable if she had a boyfriend, maybe moving with him. It's like, also pump the brakes. You don't want your mom to move with someone after 2 dates.
You're just pawning her off on someone. You're Jay's responsibility now.
Ugh, Colt.
All right. So we cut to later that day. Debbie's ripping through her clothes, trying to find something hot to wear for her date, her second date with Jay. They've been texting all week, and they decided on the perfect outing. They're going to go bowling, because Debbie used to be in a bowling league.
And she's going to kick his ass.
I know someone who could be a potential match for Debbie.
You do?
Someone in the Vegas area. Someone who also loves to bowl. Someone who's also a single.
David. He's in his 60s.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Perfect. But
Right?
he loves them young.
He loves them young.
He loves them young and foreign.
Yeah, but has he seen Deb's new look?
He doesn't want a lady that he doesn't have to pay for.
That's true. Well, he
loves
would
paying
have
for
to. He would have to
babies.
pay for Deb. He absolutely would
good
have to
one.
pay for Deb.
I totally forgot about our friend David.
Oh, what a good story. The fact that Lana was real.
I could not believe
The
that.
fact, come on.
She also looked like 12 years older than her catfishing pics.
Yeah.
Because I feel like she took the photos when she was 20, but she's still using them.
Oh yeah. So okay, they're looking through the clothes. Vanessa's like, you gotta show some leg. You got nice legs. Show off those varicose veins. Nothing sexier than shorts and bowling shoes. So let's do it, Deb. Let's really do it. So we cut to her coming down the stairs, trying her best not to fall in those heels. And we see
Platforms.
in those platforms. Sorry. In those pumps. Are they pumps? I don't
No,
know. I
platforms.
don't know what pumps are. And we get the big reveal. And Miss Outfits the segment. Thoughts on her outfit.
I think she looked good. A little too wild for her age, but hey, she wore a stocking, so her legs looked very smooth. At first, I was like, wow, look at Deb's legs. But then they zoomed in,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
could tell she's wearing stockings. But hey, I think she looked great. A little wild for a 70-year-old.
But it's Vegas.
It's Vegas. And hey, she got her new look. Go for it. Much better than if she was wearing classic grandma outfits.
Yeah. So for some of you who don't watch the show, because we know some of you just can't deal with it, so you just listen to this to get caught up. She was wearing a black lace top.
Kind
and
of lace, yeah.
Like a black lacy armed top.
High-waisted shorts.
And orange, like an orange short.
No, it was rust.
Rust. Okay.
Rust. High.
Shout out to
high
Alec Baldwin.
Ooh, too soon.
Yeah, too soon.
Rust.
Yeah.
High-waisted shorts with a little bow.
Yes.
They weren't too tight, but a little tighter.
Okay.
And platform sandals, girls.
Mm-hmm.
Platform black sandals
Yeah.
with open toes. And Debbie was rocking the stockings, but that's usually a no-no. But we'll give her a pass. She's 70 years old.
Sure. As long they're not fishnets or anything.
No,
so it's
I wish
fine.
they were.
So you thought she looked pretty good. I thought she looked okay. Cole said she's a very handsome woman. That was his description of his mom, was a handsome woman.
I loved what Vanessa said, because Vanessa said she's a MILF.
Oh, yeah, she knows how to get on Deb's good side. She knows Deb will poison her or something. But she kind of looked like a grandma version of Jess when Jess had the red hair. It looked kind of, which is probably why Colt is into Deb, because she has
I
Jess.
said ew many times on this podcast.
This
because
is Discovery
you just,
Plus. This is the
you
single
just keep
life.
making all these references,
Yeah.
but I'm with you.
Okay. So they're all sitting there on the couch waiting for Jay. And we learned the last time she and Jay spoke was yesterday, but she hasn't heard anything since.
Well, at first she made it sound like, oh, they talk, they've been texting, but now she basically says, oh, they don't really talk. They texted a few times.
Yeah.
Last time she heard from me was the day before, which is a red flag. If you have a date with someone, you probably want to get the text message that says, I'm on the way.
On the way. Yes.
Otherwise, I wouldn't freaking get ready or leave the house.
Yep. That's a good point. But she hasn't heard. We cut to 30 minutes later. They're all still sitting there. Cole and Vanessa are trying to make her feel better. Like, oh, maybe something happened. Maybe he has a flat tire. Why don't you give him a call? So Deb calls Jay.
Straight to the voicemail.
Straight to voicemail.
That's the beep. And then when someone cancels on you,
Yeah.
it goes to your voicemail. And that's what happened.
And Debbie went off. Where the fuck are you? We had a date. Thank you very much.
Straight to the point.
Yeah. And Vanessa goes, he forwarded that. He ignored you.
What a piece of shit. That's Vanessa.
What I learned is that ghosting is not just for kids anymore, because Jay, the not so friendly ghost.
Ghosting is for everyone. And
Ghosting
Debbie
comes in all
finally
ages.
learned what it means.
Yeah.
She fully experienced it.
The ghosting.
Have you ever experienced ghosting?
I do the ghosting around here.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You don't do any ghosting anymore.
Not anymore. But in my day, I was like Casper. So here's my issue. Hey, it's fun fact. You're always the one with the fun facts. You know, Casper mattress, the name has nothing to do with the ghost.
Yeah.
You know the name has nothing to do with the ghost?
Yeah.
Oh, do you know where the name comes from?
No.
Then how do you know it doesn't have to do with the ghost?
Because there is no ghost on the logo. And
I know, but I think there were in some advertisements. It was the name of the guy who invented it. His roommate was like this German guy or something named Casper.
Oh.
And so they named it after Casper.
Interesting.
Pretty sure. I could be telling lies, but.
Yeah. Why would a mattress have something to do with a fake ghost?
Sheets?
Okay, you thought of it a little too much, but okay, I see your point.
You know?
But it never crossed my mind because there is no ghost anywhere.
Okay, that's what you think. That's what you think. Okay.
I was literally just thinking of getting a Casper mattress for us because everyone says how comfortable they are.
They're expensive. And I hate to shame Costco. We are so Costco positive on this podcast. But we got our mattress from Costco about 3 years ago. And we're both starting to have back issues.
But I don't know if it's us sitting behind our computers all the time with shrimps or our mattress. So
I was going to say when I go away for like a week and we sleep on a hotel bed or something, my back feels better.
Really?
But we're also not, if we're on vacation, we're not sitting behind the computer.
Yeah.
So it's still, you can't tell.
I think maybe it's a combination. But when I look at you when you work from home, you look like a freaking shrimp. And I do the same thing.
Can we move on? No one tuned in to hear about our back problems. Okay? Let's move on. Let's talk.
Well, speaking of a bed, Debbie gets pissed and she goes to bed.
She storms up. That's it. I get pissed. It's fine. Like Jay was talking about second dates and I gotta leave for work now, but next time just be like the first date and say I feel like more of a friend connection. Why lead her on?
I'm sure there is something going on. Maybe he had a meeting with his parole officer.
Oh, maybe he's in jail.
Because he said I have something to tell
I love that. Maybe he's incarcerated right now. Maybe they texted the day before. Maybe he got pulled over on the way to Dirty D's and he's in the slammer right now.
Who knows?
Well, I hope we find out.
I hope so too, because it did look promising. He said he was into it. He said, I really like her. She's real. She looked good. I definitely want to go get out with her again. I just need to tell her something. So I really felt like, all right, he's into her. He's going to just spill the beans. I'm here for it. I did not expect him ghosting Deb.
Maybe he got scared. Like, on this date, I'm going to have to come clean. And he wasn't ready to come clean yet. And he's like, you know what? Pump the brakes.
Or maybe Debbie would want to bang and he's not ready to use the P.
Yep. He said, I don't kiss on the first date. So, and I don't show up to the second.
Yeah, that's his way of dating. So let's see.
All right. Teresa needs to refill her drink. So we'll do that and we'll be back in a second. All right, let's talk about Steph, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things about Steph.
A.K.A. Stepanka. Because Steph is the girl who ghosted her. Speaking of ghosting.
That's true. Yeah.
So Stepanka's home. She's preparing some munchies.
It's been a few weeks since that date. With Steph too. It's not this next day situation that Debbie was dealing with. It's been a few weeks.
Yeah. And Stepanka feels ghosted, so Deb is not the only one on the show.
I mean, let me say this. It definitely takes a special person to date someone who sells their farts.
Very true.
I mean, you walk in, think about it. You go to Stepanka's house, you see some decorative mason jars around, right? And the whole time you're just wondering, are there farts in there? Are there farts in there? It'd be a lot to deal with.
I guess.
It'd be like if she ever got married, if Stepanka ever got married, centerpieces, the mason jars with farts in them. You don't like it?
I mean, I like, mason jars.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Stepanka kind of ruined mason jars for anyone she's ever dated because the whole time you're going to be wondering, did she fart in that?
Did you see one of our friends send us this article or meme about a guy who was selling farts
you told me about it.
He got put in the jail for something not having a permit or license, but meanwhile, freaking Stepanka's making thousands of dollars on selling her farts.
Yeah. License to smell.
How do you even do it? Like, you just eat a ton of shit and then you wait for the fart and then you capture it? How do you capture it? How do you keep the smell inside?
You don't. It's all a gimmick. It's all novelty.
So you pay $1,000.
Is that what it's up to now? I thought it was like $50 a jar.
Oh, was it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Listen, they were sold out when I went to buy one, so I don't know how much they cost.
I wonder if she actually farts in them.
Yeah, at this point, you probably just like send them a jar of nothing. Right?
I don't know.
We had one friend reach out to us who had a great idea, who said, I wonder if she can make them seasonal. So like around Thanksgiving, like turkey farts.
Ew.
Or around Christmas, like peppermint farts.
I don't know if
Come
I
on,
like
we
it,
got
but
some Shark Tank listeners.
It's a good business idea, I guess, for whoever's buying this shit, literally.
No, literally.
Why doesn't she put a little poop in it?
Okay,
So
here we
something
go.
to-
Here we go. So Stepanka's at home making one of the best looking charcuterie boards I've ever seen because, as she says, she's Czech and being a good host is in her nature.
Indeed. I love hosting parties.
I know, but
What stops me from doing so is that we don't
have any friends. But here's the thing. It's not a Czech tradition, or it's not in the Czech culture any more than it's in the Jewish culture, the Italian culture, the Mexican culture. Like every culture is great at hosting except maybe Americans.
No, yes, but the second, let's say if my mom has a friend coming over, a casual friend just come over, my mom's gonna put a spread. She's gonna prepare this chlebíčky, which is a little piece of bread. She's gonna put out chips. She's gonna put out nuts. She's gonna put out sweets. She's gonna put out coffee. She's gonna put out drinks, right?
Yeah.
And the friend can come for an hour.
Sure.
We will always put out a spread. I feel like in America,
I know. I'm saying America. I'm saying America is the only. My Jewish grandmother would do the same thing if she was having company over. Italians are notorious for throwing great shit. We saw Armando and Kenny in the Mexican celebrations. Those are big and lavish too. So it's not a Czech thing, but if she wants to think that.
Well, it's not a Czech thing. It's our heritage. Like we all are crazy hostess.
Right.
And I would love to put out a great spread. My munchies would look even better than Stepanka's.
Hers look pretty
but I
good.
have no one to put it up for.
Hers look pretty good.
I always, when we go to your parents' house, I always tell your mom, I'll help you cook and
My mom
everything.
puts out a great spread.
She does.
Great spread.
But I always ask, do you want help? Because I don't get to do it at home. But
Right.
your mom always like, no, guys, you're visiting. Just
She
take
puts
it
out a
easy.
great spread. Yeah.
She does. She does.
Great spread. Okay. So she's there. Her drunk friend Heather shows up and they start talking about this barbecue that they're having. They're going to have a backyard barbecue. They're talking about the guest list, who's coming. And we learn Stepanka's ex from high school, Fred, is going to be there. Frederick the First, the king of Stepanka's sexuality.
The first boyfriend, the first kiss, the first blowjob,
The first penis
BJ.
she ever touched. Yeah, the first blowjob. Almost her first bang. And correct me if I'm wrong, this was at age 15. Okay. And she said they dated for a month. That's a lot for a month when you're when you're 15. Right?
That's very true.
If you were 18, or even that seems young for all that in a month. It's your first boyfriend, your first kiss, your first BJ, and almost your first bang in a month when you're 15. That says a lot about Stepanka and her sexuality.
That's very true.
And I understand more now.
That's very true. I didn't think about it. But yeah, she said, after a month, I thought he's the one. I still do. And
Wait for
she
it.
ran into him at a party recently. So she invited him over to her party.
Fred got an invite to the barbecue. And so Heather's like, of course. All right, let's start drinking. I'm sure her buzz was wearing off on the car ride over. So she's like, let's pop these bottles. Let's start drinking. Everyone starts arriving at Stepanka's. They're playing beer pong. They're hanging out. They're having a good time. But no sign of Fred.
Did you look at all her friends? It was like a goth party
Oh.
with an upside down cross on that other friend.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
And then the girl was very goth looking. Stepanka was kind of wearing just a plain dress and not her typical dress up.
Yeah. Well, I think Stepanka's definitely, I don't know if she goes through phases or just her friends are a little more unique, but look at Erica, Australian Erica.
And then she said it. She said, I love like bold people who are comfortable with who they are because Fred just showed up and we got to meet him. And I'm going to tell you one thing.
Tell me.
Bojangles.
Oh, a BJ.
He gave
BJJ,
me
Bojangles
Bojangles
Jr.
vibes.
Yeah,
The
BJJR.
hair, the way he talked.
Oh, wow.
Very comfortable with himself, yeah.
That is your impression. It was either him or Stepanka who described Fred as Elijah Wood mixed with a homeless lady.
Yeah, I don't see that because I do like Elijah Wood.
Yeah, whoever said it was being too nice.
I think it was Stepanka, yeah.
Yeah.
He is the East Coast Bojangles.
He says he's a musician, but I have a feeling he hasn't worked any job since his local Blockbuster closed. He might strum a guitar in his parents' basement.
I see him working at like a sandwich shop and playing guitar at night.
But living in his parents' basement.
Oh, for sure.
For sure, right? So Fred and Stepanka, they start playing beer pong together. They're vibing each other. And after a little bit of that, they break away so they can sit down and talk.
And Stepanka whips out her signature move, I'm going to say, because this is not the first time she did it on camera.
Oh, wait. Are you going to talk about where they're about to go?
Yeah.
Because I just saw another note, speaking of firsts. I don't know if this is a first, but they were talking about how she used to give Fred lap dances in his parents' basement.
That's right. And Fred loved it. He's like, fucking awesome lap dances. I still feel it. I still
live in that basement. I think about it every time I go to sleep.
Oh,
yeah.
Frederick.
So that was a sexually charged month.
Oh, for
of
sure.
Stepanka's high school.
Of someone who's 15.
Yeah, freshman in high school, sophomore in high school. Supercharged. Okay, so yeah, sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, so Stepanka whipped out her signature move saying, do you want to get a bath? Do you want to take a bath?
And I'm sure Fred was probably thinking, I haven't bathed in months, so sure, like I could go for one. and they do.
Yeah, Stepanka says, she actually said it. Oh, that's my move when I feel comfortable with someone. I asked them to take a bath. I'm a bathtub hoe. And I did like that.
I've never taken a bath with anybody. I've taken a nice jacuzzi.
Ooh, with me.
Yeah, we've never bathed though.
No, it's too
we've
small.
Showered. We've taken a shower together.
Yeah.
But I've never gotten in a bath with somebody. Maybe I'm too big for it, right? But it just doesn't seem conducive to anything.
I guess.
Doesn't seem conducive to cleanliness, to sexuality, to anything really. Just seems uncomfortable.
I mean, some people like it.
She loves it.
I love taking baths by myself.
No,
I watch movies.
Not me. Just bathing in your own filth.
No, you're bathing in the nice shower bombs and those little smelly thingies. What do you call it?
I used to get those. I'm gonna say a lot about myself here. I have an older sister, so that's probably where I discovered them for the first time. But I used to get those little gel balls from
the gel balls.
Bath and Body Works or something when I was like in middle school and put them in the bathtub and just lounge.
You see, that's what I'm saying. That's what's
up. But that's solo. I didn't say I've never taken a bath. I said I've never bathed with somebody else. And then if you're with Steph, there's probably just gonna be like bubbles coming up.
Oh yeah, she's definitely farting.
Water. Yeah. But that's where it ends. They go to bathe. Maybe that's just her way to lure Fred into the bath because he does need a rinsing.
But she's hoping to finally lose her celibacy.
Yes, right. She almost lost her virginity to Fred however many years ago. Now it's her chance to lose her celibacy to Fred. Now.
Let's see what's going to happen.
Let's see.
We saw the previews. They were in the bath together.
Oh, they were.
So let's see.
Stay tuned.
Okay.
All right, guys. Big news coming next week, so make sure you're following us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. Big news. I'll say it again. Big news. Also, make sure you're following the podcast wherever you're listening. So easy to do. Look down and smash that follow button.
Yeah, guys. Smash it like it's super duper New Year hot. Shout out to 2022, guys. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. We'll see you. We'll see you next year. Wink, wink.
Yes.
That's like the
I hate that
cheesy
joke.
saying. I know.
hate
I
that
know.
joke. Okay. Thank you guys again for the reviews. If you haven't left one, please do for the new year. We would love that. As Teresa said, write down your first pet's name, your high school nickname, your New Year's resolution. What else did you want to
Are
hear?
you asking people for passwords?
Your Gmail password. Okay. So reviews are great. We love them. We appreciate that. We got merch. If you want, marriedtorealitypodcast.com. There's a link to the store. All good stuff. Okay. Happy New Year. Healthy, happy. We love you guys. Thank you for listening. That's all I got. Have you said it all?
I've said it all. We'll talk to you next year.
Oh
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.